that requires a different approach to learning, to educating. And so that's what we want to talk about. Any ideas about that? If you want to learn better, what do you do? Have you thought about this question before? Method? Study method, okay? Yeah. Different kinds of methods will be more or less helpful with different kinds of subjects, right? Okay, I understand that. That's kind of like an external scaffolding, ladder to climb on. You know the word scaffolding? Ladder. So methods are like procedures, protocols, scaffolding, ladders, ways to approach, ways to travel in your learning. But that's external. That's something that you acquire, a tool to help you learn. Yes? Method. Well, let me put it another way. Let me make a suggestion. As I've been talking to you already today, you have had a number of times in your mind where you didn't know what I was saying. Yeah? Right? Right. When that happens, your mind stutters. Yes? Your mind, instead of flowing in the following of the meaning of what I'm saying, right? All of a sudden it's a stutter. And you don't follow anymore. Right? Huh? Thinking is on the surface of it. Yes, you could say, for right now, let's just say thinking. Yeah, that when I'm saying something, right, and when I say something, I have a meaning in my mind, what it means to me, right? So I'm going along, it means to me. You're listening, and all of a sudden, instead of being carried by my words to the next thing, you start to fall out. It doesn't make sense, right? Now, that's not just with me. That happens all the time, doesn't it? Does that happen in school? Otherwise, is it just me? It's just me? No? What I want to propose to you or suggest to you is that there's a core process of processing. You understand that? Like process? Okay. Processing, right? Human beings have a core process of processing. Okay? And that when we learn to learn from that core process of processing, we learn better. Okay? Huh? Who understands the word process and can help translate it to make sure that they're there? Yes. Should I write the word?
Step by step. Step by step.
Yeah.
Step by step.
All right. Yes. An order. Order. Right? There's a natural order to human learning. There's a natural orders to human learning. Okay? If you watch little babies, when you watch little babies, let's say learning to walk is a good example. When little babies are learning to walk, they're sensing that they're about to fall. Right? As soon as they sense that they're about to fall, they move to straighten up from the fall, and in that process, they learn to walk. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. When children learn to say words, right? At first the words are not clear. They're like me, right? And the words don't sound right. But after a while of hearing others and hearing themselves, the words start to get clear in how they say things, right? When you watch a baby learn to grasp an object, right? At first, they're clumsy, shaky. They don't have the fine control over their own body and their own movements. But through the shaking, through the studying, through the intention to want to hold it, they learn to extend into it and they hold the object. Right? So the same process is true of learning in general. That at the very edge of what it is that you don't yet know, that you're currently on the edge of learning, there's a stutter going on. There's a kind of a shaking edge. Right? And the best thing that you can do when you're on that edge of learning is to, this is a tough word. Let me see if I can put up the word. Water. Water's helpful. Disambiguate. Let me give you an example of this word, because right now, what's happening as you look at the word and listen to me is ambiguity. You know the word ambiguity? Ambiguity is a word that means that there's too many meanings. Too many meanings. There's a confusion because there's too many possible meanings. Like right now when I use the word, you don't know what it means, right? You have some ideas about it, what it means, but there's too many ideas and you're not sure which one, right? Well, to disambiguate means to take those many meanings down to one, right? Now, what I want to say to you is that human beings learn by reducing the ambiguity, right? By going from the overwhelm of multiple meanings down into a clarity about meaning now, right? That's how we learn, right? So, the best source of learning isn't an outside method, it's an inside discipline. It's an inside discipline. The best way to learn is inside out, not outside in. Yeah. Right? By finding out what is it that's ambiguous.